Who are you?
I'm Duff McKagan. Revolver.
Duff, here we are again, as I mentioned, in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, but I wanted you to give some props, if you could, to the most important band from the Northwest, the Fastbacks. What can you say about the Fastbacks?
What can I say about Seattle's own Fastbacks?
Well, if you turn it over.
Seattle's own me.
Featuring Duff.
Yeah. Kim, Lulu, Kurt. Okay, so the Fastbacks were a band called Red and Black before they were called the Fastbacks. Kurt played drums. And they played a few gigs, but they wanted a drummer and wanted Kurt to go to his rightful place of playing guitar. So they asked me if I'd play drums. I hadn't played drums in a band previous to this, but I could play drums sort of. And I think the first song I learned was Baby Blue by Badfinger, and then It's Your Birthday, and onward and onward.
And this is one of the few Fastback releases that you appear on, right, Duff?
The only release I appear on, yeah.
However, the Fastbacks returned some more favors. You joined the band, and then they gave a break for Guns N' Roses. Did Fastbacks provide the first break for Guns N' Roses? Did the Fastbacks let Guns N' Roses open for them for their very first Guns N' Roses gig, Duff?
That is correct. Yes.
Thank you, Kim Warnick.
And we used their gear, and we just booked a punk rock tour in all the punk rock clubs because it was 84 or 84-ish, 85, early 85, and I still had all the numbers for the punk rock clubs. Punk rock was kind of dead by 85, but the clubs were kind of around. But anyhow, we only made it to the first gig, which was opening for the Fastbacks.
In Seattle?
In Seattle, of course.
And didn't you also at one time give one of your basses to Kim and the Fastbacks? Because I remember she told me you gave a bass to her and had a big scratch on it from your belt buckle.
That sounds about right. I know I gave her a bass. I don't know about the scratch.
Do you wear lots of belt buckles?
Not anymore. Not like I used to. No. Good question, though. That was a great question.
Duff of Velvet Revolver, I also want to ask you about your involvement in this band. Did you play with this band, The Veins, at all?
Okay, so chronologically, this is before this. And I was bass player for The Veins, and this is probably 79. Yeah, 79. And I think I was about 14. And
Did you appear on this record, on that particular record?
Yeah, man. I'm in here somewhere.
Where's the Duff pick on the back of the Veins record?
Well, you set your glass down on top of it.
Oh, sorry about that.
And Nicotine. That was my name.
Oh, I did not know that.
That was my punk rock name.
And you are the ultimate punk. Okay, we're talking about Seattle, but you as a punk came up with the Fastbacks to play many a gig, and in this particular calendar here, Duff,
yes.
What can you tell me about this photo right here? A young Duff playing with the Fastbacks.
Okay, so
this is you on drums, right, Duff?
Yeah, I wore these things to cover up my teenage acne that I'd have all around my neck, and so I was probably about.
This is the Smiling Buddha.
Is that the Buddha? Yep. Probably 14, maybe 15. Tops. Early 15. And
wearing a DOA shirt?
Of course. My DOA was, you got to realize, was like my Kiss. They were the best band in the land, you know?
But Duff, if you look closely, it looks like you're struggling with your influences because there's an Adam and the Ants homemade graffiti written on your jeans there.
Well, probably my girlfriend put that on there or something.
And this was at the Smiling Buddha in Vancouver playing with the Fastbacks, and you're playing drums.
Yeah, but Adam and the Ants, you got to realize, their first record before the whole new romantic thing hit was this really cool, odd band, you know? This record came out, and I was like, wow, what the hell is this? And punkers liked it.
21st century.
That's one thing I've always been interested in knowing is, did you go to school with Sir Mix-a-Lot? Did you attend Roosevelt High School with Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Yes, I did. Yes.
What was Sir Mix-a-Lot Baby Got Back like in high school?
You know, the guy was always groovy. He was the coolest kid in school back then, you know? And there was a punk rock clique, sort of, and there was a rock clique, and then there was it wasn't hip-hop or even rap yet. It was just kind of these cool, sort of groovy dudes that Sir Mix-a-Lot hung out with, and but he was the coolest guy around.
Fellas, yeah! Your girlfriend got your butt? Hell yeah!
But Roosevelt High, did Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue also go there? Was it Duff McKagan, Nikki Sixx, and Sir Mix-a-Lot at Roosevelt High? What a school!
Nicky's got me by a few years, but I understood he went there too. Yeah, he's a little older than I am, but yeah, a few people went there. That's for sure. Some in the water there.
Duff of Velvet Revolver, you are of course aware of Hilary Duff, aren't you?
Of course I am.
Now, I approached Hilary Duff, and I said to her, hey, Hilary, would you ever consider being in a band with Duff from Velvet Revolver and calling it Double?
Did she know who I was, though?
Yes, she did.
Wow.
And I said to her, would you consider being in a band with Duff from Velvet Revolver and called Double Duff? And then she said to me, quote,
I'm sure he would be really excited about that.
No. No, really?
Yeah, like as if she wouldn't believe that you'd be into being in a band with Hilary Duff.
Oh, no, I would, because I have 2 little girls, and they're way into her.
So did you want to address the camera at all, saying, hello, Hilary, I'm ready to rock with you?
Yeah, anytime, Hilary. You ready to, throw down a little bit of rock? I'm here.
Duff, I wanted to ask you about the Velvet Revolver connections to this particular record right here.
You are good. Okay, so I haven't seen this.
What is this particular record, if you could tell people? This is the Eastern
Front. It's a compilation punk record. Yes.
And on this...
Is it 10 Minute Warning or was it the Farts?
The Farts are on here. That was one of your band, the Farts. We can tell people about the Farts first. Kind of briefly mention, but the Farts with Blaine.
Wow, the Lewd was on here even. The Farts were this... Things started to change into sort of a hardcore thing. Back when, like these gigs, DOA and the Fastbacks, hardcore hadn't really come out. It was still just sort of innocent punk rock. About this time, bands started to morph, like bands like Battalion of Saints and Channel 3, and there's a band called the Farts. Blaine, who went on to The Accused, of course.
And you who went on to Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver.
Yeah. And Paul Soldier was in the Farts, who was in a band previous to the Farts called Soldier, who were awesome.
And this particular record is interesting because it's the Eastern Front comp. You're on it with the Farts, but also on it is Wasted Youth. Now, what's the Wasted Youth connection to Velvet Revolver?
Wow, good. Yeah, Dave Kushner was in Wasted Youth.
So, your future bandmate.
But he wasn't in Wasted Youth yet.
But he eventually did join the band.
Okay, you're good, yeah.
Anything else last you'd like to say about any of these posters here? You mentioned the Subhumans we didn't mention, did we?
No, Subhumans are kind of an unsung group, and there was a UK Subhumans that kind of stole their whole thunder. But this, the ultimate, like, punk rock scene, I think, in the world was here in Vancouver. Back in 79, 80, 81, and Subhumans, Modernettes, who you haven't brought up. Why is that?
Sorry about that.
Why haven't you brought up the Modernettes?
I guess, well, they have a great song, Barbara, that we can cut to. Cut to Barbara by the Modernettes.
There's a new little girl in my home class. You know I'm talking about Barbara.
And now we're back. That was a great tune, wasn't it?
Wow.
See, I did bring it along in video form.
Okay.
Thought you could trick me there.
No, I wasn't trying to trick you. But anyhow, Subhumans, Modernettes, Pointy Sticks.
Young Canadians.
And Young Canadians, of course. Go to fucking Hawaii.
Well, thanks much, Duff. Keep on rocking in the free world and do-do-do-do.
Okay, Nardwuar. Nice work.